Do you censor yourself? Do you edit yourself? Online, offline? Do you find yourself thinking something and then stopping yourself? Because, well, that's not the way we do things around here. What will people think? Are you scared of that judgment? The fact that you might get trolled? The fact that somebody might have a go at you for daring to have an opinion? In this week's episode of an Espresso Shot of Confidence, let's dive into these questions and explore what is possible when we flip that script. We turn off that censor and we say, do you know what? Fuck it. This is me. This is my journey. I'm owning it. So picture the scene. You're just about to post on social media. You've got this thing that you really want to share. Maybe it's a new offer. Maybe it's an idea about your business. You really want to grow it. You really want to push it. You really want it to be something new, exciting, and the start of something big for you. But you know, and you also know that your angle may ruffle a few feathers. Your approach is likely to piss people off. You're quirky. You're opinionated. You're driven. And you're also calling into question whatever bollocks is being spread in your industry. You're asking people to think differently. So you think about doing that. It's the first time you've done it. You're new to the business world. Maybe it's a new offer. And as you start typing up that post, as you start recording that video, does this happen? Okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. Yeah, fuck it. I'm going to have this. I'm going to have this. I'm going to make this happen. And hello, today I want to talk to you about the joys of being a coach. You can 10x your, and immediately you default into pitch mode, into boring networking 30-second pitch mode, where you literally just dial it in. You completely dial it in. You don't show up as you. You don't show up as the person that you are. You become a caricature almost. You're censoring yourself. You're editing yourself. You're blocking yourself from showing up. And each time you do that, that creates a barrier between you and your prospective clients because they don't see you. They don't get you. You're boring them to tears because you're literally just blending into the crowd. So why did you do it? It felt cringe as hell as you were talking, as you went into that monologue that was boring you to tears, let alone anyone else. So why were you doing it? What did you get from doing that? Chances are it was safety. It was comfortable. It wasn't risky. It didn't make you feel vulnerable. It was safe. And the moment you step into that place is the moment that you start denying yourself the opportunities that are available to you. Trust me with this. I know I have a PhD in this. And it was something that I committed to change this year. My voice, my message, my vibe. Like it or don't. This is all good. As I've said to you on here before, I've mentioned this in my coaching and in other podcast episodes. The moment that you show up as yourself, the moment you own your journey, the moment that you own your message, you attract and you repel. And this is a good thing. And it's a lot easier as well to get other people to buy into your message because you've bought in, you've already sold yourself. And let's be honest, the hardest person to sell to in the world usually is yourself because you've got your doubts, your fears, your concerns, your worries about what people will think about you. It can be dangerous putting your head above the parapet. It can feel extremely naked, putting yourself out there, your heart, your soul, your mind out into the world with no guarantee that anyone will give a shit. This can be triggering. It can be massively triggering. Think about it this way. What is possible if you do put yourself out there? Compare that to where you're at now, when you're censoring and you're editing yourself, and you're keeping yourself small. Yes, it's safe. But how good do you feel when you put out that post? How happy do you feel when you put out a post that you literally don't believe in? You look at it and you think, who is that person? When you record that video and you sound like a cardboard cutout version of yourself. It's not you. It's not your vibe. It's not your energy. Look at the body language. Look at the way you're holding yourself. Look at the way you're delivering things. Look for yourself. You'll see. You'll see it. So, how about changing that? How about changing this narrative? Because you do have the power to write your narrative. You totally have the power to write your narrative, to write your own story, to show up as you will. Yes, there's gatekeepers out there that say, oh, this is valuable, or you should only be talking about that. Well, to them, I say, fuck that. Put your energy, your passion, your personality into your message and put it out into the world. Fire it out. Let it out there. Let it shine. And if one platform is not going to play ball, fuck it. Go and find another one. There is so many different ways that you can do this. But the only way you find your people, the only way you start attracting the people that you want to work with, start getting the opportunities you want, is by actually showing up as you. It is the gift that keeps on giving, people. It really is. So let me ask you, as you may be thinking as you listen to this, well, maybe I should do videos, or I should show up on LinkedIn, or I should do this. First things first, let's throw should in the bin. Okay, let's get rid of that. Should doesn't help. There's nothing, you don't have to do a thing. What you do is get to do the actions that you believe are going to move the needle for your business, move the needle for your life, get things moving and get things going in the world. This is open to you. You can start right now. You really can. Because I think about my journey, and I censored myself more than anyone, desperately trying to fit into boxes, desperately trying to fit in, be the popular kid, be the kid that was really respected. And I've seen it play out time and time again in my adult life. And it sucks because I ended up saying things I didn't believe, saying things I didn't care about, just paying lip service and becoming almost like a shadow form of an influencer. But that's just not me. I didn't believe in it. And the results that I got from that reflected that, because I didn't attract business. I didn't attract clients. Now, when I totally owned my journey, when I started, when I switched the script on that and started thinking about, okay, what actually matters to me? My passion entered the room. There was room for my personality to play. And that's when things started changing on a personal and a professional life. I was able to start seeing myself, listening to myself, and thinking, is this actually what I want to do? What do I get from this? And certain actions fell away, which created space for me to start doing other actions, such as the podcast, such as the YouTube channel, such as working with young students. We live in a world that's just full of binary narratives about this is the only way to do things. It's black or white. And for somebody that grew up with a very black and white mindset, that was a problem. But the world isn't like that. The world isn't binary. There's far too much nuance in that. To diminish things and to limit things to a purely binary sense diminishes the joy of the world and the joy of possibility and the joy of action. So next time you're online and you see, okay, I've got to do this, or I should do this, or I've got to do that, and you end up doing that, ask yourself, what are you getting from that? What is it you seek to achieve by not being authentic, by not being real, by literally pretending to be somebody else? What do you get? Now contrast that with the alternative. What impact is possible when you totally own your message, when you talk about the things you are passionate about, when you impact and initiate change? What is possible then for you, for the people around you, for the bloody world? If not, maybe even the universe. What is possible? Because you can make that happen, and you're going to make that happen. And on that note, that brings us to today's espresso shot of confidence for you, our awesome listeners. Don't let anybody else determine your path, what is right for you. Don't let anybody dictate those terms to you. If in your heart, your mind, your soul, you believe in a message, you know it needs to be said, say it. Not everybody will like it, and that is good. You don't want everybody to like it. Stay true to your message, your mission, and your values, and what it is you're trying to achieve. And that will power you through anything that comes your way. The doubts, the fears, maybe people lashing out. Maybe you'll think, am I actually doing the right thing? But if you stay true to your message, you know who you're speaking to. You're not censoring yourself. You are owning who you are, and you're leading with personality. You will shine like the brightest light on top of the tallest lighthouse in the world, guiding people towards you. And they will thank you for it, because that's where you're going to create the massive amount of impact that you were put on this planet to create. So go and make it happen. And take that fucking delete pen, pencil, rubber, and throw it in the fucking bin along with should, because you've got this. You're awesome. And that brings us to the end of this short, sweet episode with a slightly different format. Remember to subscribe wherever you're listening or watching this to get notifications of when the next episode drops. And as always, don't forget to be awesome.